ukulele enthusiasts? Welcome to another very video edition of My First Ukulele. I am John Allnut, one of the contributors and writers for My First Ukulele website. I'll leave a link in the description below for more great topics from My First Ukulele. Today, I'm going to be showing you how to play the best beginner chords on the ukulele. Now, this is a somewhat comprehensive tutorial, and I'm going to give you multiple options on how to play these chords based on your current level on the ukulele. Alright, so how I teach beginner chords on the ukulele is I try to find songs at first that only feature just the pointer finger as a chord. Okay, and so let's find your very first ukulele chord. And I'm going to give you a few terms before we begin just so you can find these easy. Now, if I give you a chord to play, I might say, I want you to go to frets 0, 0, 0, 1. And what I mean by that is from the ceiling to the floor, 0 means just open. It means you're just going to play that string open. So 0, 0, 0, and then 1 is going to be your very first chord. And how you do that 1 is you squeeze with the pointer finger and the thumb in the very back at the same time. And you want to be up on your fingertips. You don't really want to be flat on the string. So that is your very first chord. It's C7. Now it might take a little while. You might get this sound for a little bit. So just keep pressing down. I always say just press down only as much as you need to in order to get that sound to come out. So that will take a little bit of practice. And then the next chord that I teach people is if you take your pointer finger and you were to go up the elevator, a floor. And that's going to be 0, 0, 1, 0. Sounds like that. It's not so this is a F chord. It's an F-ish chord because it's got an extra added G to it. But forget it. It just sounds a little bit more complicated than your standard F chord. But it's a lot easier to play as well. So far we've got those two chords. We have C7 and we have the F-ish chord, right? We're going to go and play a lot of songs with just those two chords, and I'm going to call out what they are ahead of time. And I put them in order from simplest, in my opinion, to a little more difficult. Not super difficult, but a little bit more difficult. Now, how it's going to become more difficult is that you're going to have faster switches between the chords. And this is a concept I want you to think of. It's going to require minimal effort. Okay, so we all like rock and roll, so I want you to remember that. Rock and roll, rock and roll. So if we started on your C7 chord, right, that's the 0, 0, 0, 1, how can you get to the F-ish chord without lifting your finger and placing it down? Think about it. How do I get here to here without lifting a finger? Okay, and the answer is rock and roll, okay, if you haven't figured that out. So let's have fun with this, and I'm going to do a steady playthrough of these songs just to show you that you can do all of these songs with just these two chords. Now your home base for all of these is going to be F. That's where you're going to start on all of them. So, and then this is kind of like your vacation chord, is the C7 chord that you have, okay? How I'm strumming is I'm taking my pointer finger. I'll lift my ukulele. I'm taking my pointer finger where the bridge meets the body. Okay, that's generally the best place you can get the sound. You could use your thumb if you want. It's just a little soft, and it will rub your skin raw after a while. So I definitely recommend the pointer finger. Okay, so the first song that's up is Singing in the Rain. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. I'm singing in the rain, just singing in the rain. What a glorious feeling, and I'm happy again. I'm walking on clouds so high up above. The sun's in my heart, and I'm ready for love. Alright, we're gonna switch songs. We're gonna go to It Ain't Gonna Rain No More. 1, 2, 3. It ain't gonna rain no more, no more. It ain't gonna rain no more. How in the heck could I forget that it ain't gonna rain no more? And there's a whole lot of really funny lyrics in the song after that. Next is gonna be Jambalaya. 1, 2, 3. Goodbye, Joe, me gotta go, oh me, oh my, oh. sweetest one. Oh me, oh my, oh. Me gotta go pull the pirogue on the bayou. Jambalaya and crawfish pie and a filet gumbo. 'Cause tonight I'm gonna see my Marcia Mio. And the song goes on and on. Now, Down in the Valley is the next one. Now, this is a little different. I've been kind of giving a hard 2 and 4 here, but 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Slow it down with me. So we're going to start right on the chorus. Down in the valley, valley so low. Hang your head over, hear the wind blow. Hear the wind blow, dear, hear the wind blow. Hang your head over, hear the wind blow. Next one is going to be, he's got the whole world in his hands. We're back to a strong 2 every time we play. So 1, 2, 1, 2. He's got the whole world in his hands. 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 And that song just goes on and on. Next one is going to be Achy Breaky Heart from, I believe, the 90s. I'm going to slow it down a little bit. 1, 2, here we go. Don't break my heart, my achy breaky heart. You just don't think you understand. And if you break my heart, my achy breaky heart, I might blow up and kill this man. Woo-hoo. Next is Buffalo Gals. Buffalo Gals, won't you come out tonight? Come out tonight, come out tonight. Buffalo Gals, won't you come out tonight and dance by the light of the moon? Next 2 you'll know from your childhood. This will be Mary Had a Little Lamb. 1, 2. Mary had a little lamb, little lamb, little lamb. Mary had a little lamb, its fleece was white as snow. You can keep going with it. Alright. Now 3 Blind Mice is next. I'm going to do a little different than you're used to. So 3 blind mice, 3 blind mice. See how they run, see how they run. They all went after the farmer's wife. She cut off their tails with a carving knife. Have you ever seen such a sight in your life? That's 3 blind mice, 3 blind mice. Alright, we got This Old Man. This old man, he gave 1. He played knick-knack on my thumb with a knick-knack paddywhack. Give a dog a bone. This old man came rolling home. And you just keep going down the numbers, right? Let's slow it down a little bit. And we're going to go in 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. In a cavern, in a canyon, excavating for a mine, dwelt a miner, 49er, and his daughter, Clementine. Oh my darling, oh my darling, oh my darling Clementine, you are lost and gone forever, dreadful sorry Clementine. And we'll end right here. I think it's really important that you mix up the meter that you're playing in, meaning how many beats per measure, just so you can really get to feel all of those songs. But yeah, those are a bunch of songs that you can do with just 2 chords. Not the only ones, but just the ones that I happen to have in my repertoire that I could go over with you. The very next step that I would go over are finding your 2 finger chords. And the first 2 that I can think of is going to be 0202. And in my opinion, this is one of the most versatile chords that you can play on the ukulele. You can play it a few ways. You can go pointer finger and middle, so 0202, just like that. Or you can use your middle and your ring finger, so middle and ring on the same 2 strings, 0202. Now this is known as G6, so it's kind of like a G chord, but a little bit different. Or if you're in the key of E, especially E minor, you could also call this an E minor 7. Okay, it depends. Some of these chords are multi-use. That's why I call that one like a Swiss Army knife of chords, because it can be played a lot of different ways in a lot of different contexts. Now, if you were to move both of those fingers towards the ceiling, like the elevator going up, we have D7. Okay, D7. So you could do a song that has those shapes. One song in the top of my mind is Aloha Oi, Oe, which I've covered on this channel before. You might see it. That also features a chord that has no fingers at all, and so that might be the best beginner chord of all time. This is called C6 or A minor 7, but in our context we're going to call it C6. So if you remember Aloha Oe, that's like Aloha Oe, Aloha Oe, Iki o na na no ikalipo, a fond embrace, a hoe out until we meet again. Alright, so that's a little playthrough of that. Another two-finger chord song that you could use, and I just actually found this chord the other day on accident. D minor is usually 2-2-1-0, but I found I could do it with O2-1-0. It's a very colorful version of D minor. I think it's a D minor 11. And the song is Fever. So you have that chord, and if you move that up the elevator, you have 2-1-0-0. That's going to be your other chord. Okay, let's give it a go. You never know how much I love you. You never know how much I care. When you put your arms around me, I got this feeling that is hard to bear. You give me fever when you kiss me, a fever when you hold me tight. Fever in the morning, a fever all through the night. Alright, and that's just a little taste of Fever, one of my favorite easy chorded songs that we've got. Now the last part I'm going to go over with you are the three-finger chords, and that's only after you've really mastered the one- and two-finger chords pretty well. So I'm going to go over a few of those with you now. And one of the first ones that you're going to find, my first one that I like to go over with people is the G7 chord. Okay, so if you take your F add 9 chord, you take that chord that you had when we started, and you surround it with two other fingers. So from ceiling to floor, we've got O2-1-2. Sounds like that. That's called G7 chord. Alright, that's a really, really good chord to know. And sometimes you're going to see just normal G. And an amazing thing about normal G is that it's the mirror image of G7. So if you go to O2-3-2, that's a more vanilla version of G. Alright, G7 I should say. But this is called G chord. Alright, we had G7 and we have G. Okay, here's a few other three-finger chords. The E7, this one took me a little bit to figure out when I was a beginner. But once I played the song Rainbow from Is, I figured this one out pretty fast. This is 1-2-0-2. Sounds like that. And one thing to note is kick your elbow out a little bit as you play this. I'm using pointer finger, middle, and ring. Okay, we're going to do a fun song with this one in a second. So remember E7. The next one is like D7 we did before, except we're going to fill in that empty space. Before it was 2-0-2-0, and now it's 2-2-2-0. My preferred way to play D is middle, ring, and pinky, because I can get my fingers in that tight space there. Or if you're kind of ambidextrous, you can take a pointer finger, flatten it out, and then raise up your pointer finger off the A string. Okay, that might be a little advanced for you, or if you have a tenor, it might be too much strength for you at first. Also remember this chord, we're about to do that in a second. Alright, so we have a couple more I wanted to go over. If you remember the E minor 7 we talked about before, that was O2-0-2. Let's try this one instead. This one's like a stair step. It's 0-4-3-2. If you notice, that sounds a lot like this, just less colorful. little higher pitch, right? And if you take that shape and you go up the elevator, you have B7, 4, 3, 2, O. Okay. You can also do Fever in this key. You never know how much I love you. You never know how much I care. When you put your arms around me, I got this feeling that's hard to bear. Give me fever. I just did it fast to save some time. One of the fun ones that I remember from my childhood, and I don't know how I heard this song. My sister had this on in the car, and I thought about it the other day, and I said, what happened to that song? I should pull that out on ukulele. So the song is You Drop the Bomb on Me. And the chords in that song are E7 as a starting chord, and then we go to D after that. And so you're going to make that shape, right? So let's try You Drop the Bomb on Me, and this will be one of our last songs we do. The only trouble with this song is if you don't have a high range, it can be kind of hard to sing it, so it's fine. You can still strum along. Here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2. You were the girl that changed my world. You were the girl for me. You lit the fuse. I stand accused. You were the first for me. You dropped the bomb on me, baby. You dropped the bomb on me. You dropped the bomb on me, baby. You turned me on me. You turned me on. You dropped the bomb on me, baby. You dropped the bomb on me. But you turned me on, baby, on me, baby. You dropped the bomb on me. I can't wait to take that one to our ukulele group this week. They're going to love that because it's only 2 chords and it's got such a funky beat to it. It's really fun to play. All right, so my next suggestion for you after this is, if you remember our 2-chord songs that we had before that were easy F and C7, you can replace those with G and D instead. So O232 and 2220. So, and since if I did, I'm singing in the rain, just singing in the rain, what a glorious feeling, and I'm happy again, right? So you could repeat these songs in a different key, right? That's an option you can do, or It Ain't Gonna Rain No More. Try it in the key of G. G is a good ukulele key. And my next thing for you is, the next best thing you can do is start to mix these chords up. Most of the time, you're not going to have a song that only has 1-finger chord, 2-finger, or 3-finger chords exclusively. They're going to all be kind of mixed up. So if you go and you look into a fake book, such as the Daily Ukulele books or other places, you're going to find that they use 1, 2, and 3 ukulele fingered chords in there, sometimes more. And sometimes in the future, you're going to find some bar chords, and that's going to be a topic for a future video on my first ukulele. Thank you for tuning in today. If you enjoyed today's content, please hit like and subscribe to this channel below. I'm John, and until next time, happy strumming. Bye-bye.